Hello everyone. I was whistling a merry patriotic tune there. Very apt for what's gone on today, isn't it? I'll tell you what. I try not to get down about these things. I really do. I try to deal with everything with amused rage. But I'll tell you what. What has the Queen done that makes these absolute hornblowers think it's a good idea to get rid of the fucking portrait of her in Oxford University? I mean, is she a bastion of hatred? It's like we haven't got 70 years of experience to look back on, is it? Anyway, before I start kicking off, let's do the Oxford pleasantries, eh? Hello, everybody. Sergio, Jeff, Yorkshire boy, Charles, Beltington Smythe, you're always here. The Sash, John Hunter, Darren, Two-Tone, Russell, Origami, Kate, I hope the pegs are doing all right. Mark McCoy, Blue Nose, Andrew Cooper. Anybody else? Looks a bit quiet for a change. Kirky Bally, missed you. Chaos Ritual, Nick Murphy, everybody else. How the devil. Right. What a bunch of bastards. Let's talk about these twats, shall we? So the Queen, apparently, a nasty symbol. A woman who shook the hand of a man directly involved with the murder of her uncle. A woman who swallowed down more. Surely she feels bile and resentment and hatred towards people that have murdered her individual family members. Surely we can say that's probably a given. To see them railing against a woman like that, who in the last 70 years has done nothing but be cool and impartial and always ask for calmer heads to prevail, absolutely blows my fucking tiny mind. Again, you could even say at least Winston Churchill, even he has his controversies. But the Queen, there's no, is there? She's never lost a rag. She's never broke decorum. She's never been on TV, farted loudly, scratched a minge and went, you know what, we should kill them fucking arseholes. It's never happened. Never. So where does this come from? Anyway, let's read the story, shall we? A colorized print of that. Yeah, look at that. That looks like look at her face. A rictus grin. Her face contorted in a snarl of rage and hatred. It's so fucking ridiculous. So, students at one of Oxford University's colleges have voted to remove a portrait of the Queen from the Common Room. Members of the Magdalen College Middle Common Room deemed the image a symbol of recent colonial history. Gavin Williamson found his spinal column and branded the move simply absurd. The president of Magdalen said the decision was one for the students, not the college. Yes, but the college brain fucks the students. It's been known for 10 years. Our academy, the long march through the institutions, it started with the schooling system. We know this. Our professors, 99% of the professors in British and American universities now identify as left of centre, far left, Marxist, communist, or pick the fucking other. But it ain't conservative. And again, I don't ever pull figures out of my arse. That's a known fact. I've heard Tucker talking about it in the United States. I don't know exactly what the percentage is in the United Kingdom, but it's basically 9 out of 10 or higher, right? Do the fucking percentages yourself. All of our professors, university, tenured fuckers, every one of them, especially at places like Oxford and Cambridge, is a full-blown lefty arsehole. And it wouldn't be bad if there were merely lefty arseholes in the old-fashioned sense of the term, i.e. fucking Labour, sort of plenty of pro-Brexit Labour politicians in the 80s, Peter Shaw, Michael Foot, etc. People who actually care about working class values. It wouldn't even be so bad if they were just them. But these people are full-blown activists. Have you seen the state of the professors? Yeah, the one who was on GMB. These people are fucking lunatics. They espouse a version of neo-communist Marxist ideology that the old left has nothing to do with. They are full-blown, they're basically left-wing jihadis, right? They're the fucking Taliban of the educational establishment. They say things that most people think are fucking do-lally-tap. Most left-wing people, centre-left, normal fucking knobheads who write for the Daily Mirror, they don't think we need to collapse capitalism, dismantle the patriarchy, burn all the flags, ditch all the statues in the sea, and Roger the Queen Mother, dig her up and Roger her. It's ridiculous. They're absolutely mental. That's what it is. It's neo-communism, neo-Marxism. It's a sort of offshoot of old-school communist Marxist thought, rebranded for the modern age. And all they've done is replaced the masses with the intersectional umbrella. Because they realised that whenever anybody working class got a half-decent job, got a promotion, got a mortgage, bought a car, all those people went, you know what? It's actually not bad, this centrist, humdrum, run-of-the-mill capitalism. Let's just do this. They realised they weren't going to get anywhere with it. So they went, what can we do? We can rebrand it. Rebrand it. They call themselves anything but that, but then we know what they are. They are communists. They are Marxists. Like I've told you guys, I don't like to get dragged into the weeds by these shit cunts because they don't deserve a lengthy debate. 99% of people don't agree with them. The woke, the social justice warriors. Nobody agrees with them. They're not winning any elections. If the motherfuckers could win an election when they stand on a Marxist, woke, anti-colonial platform, if they could win a single fucking election, maybe I could give them some time of day. But they can't. Every time a woke motherfucker stands on a mainstream platform, they get twatted. Why do they think they can make all the decisions when they can't win an election? Why? They are less popular than a bastard at a family reunion. When they stand, nobody votes for them. So why do we keep allowing them to take the piss out of us? Fuck me. Anyway, it said according to the minutes of the meeting, the motion was tabled in an effort to make the common room more welcoming and to recognise for some students depictions of the monarch represent colonial history. No, it doesn't. It's going to be white middle-class arseholes that are saying this. If you go to the colonies, people joined the military from the colonies. Fiji, St. Vincent, St. Helena, Canada, right? I've met all of these people. You never meet one who goes, fucking hell, recent colonial history. It's always some white fucking middle-class arsehole with a head full of cow shit. Or a full-blown indoctrinated radical. You know, the ones that haven't been headbutting rounds at parties and then having all of the friends refuse to identify the culprits. Because I suppose that's my fault as well, is it? It's my fault people won't grass on fucking hardened criminals when they move around in these circles of radical idiots. It's my fault, yeah? Blame the police that you wanted to defund, yeah? It's their fault. No witnesses will come forward, but fuck it, it's the police's fault. Yeah, right-o. The Ottoman Empire. Don't start me on that one, Zardos. Fuck me. This is what I keep saying. You can see how it's all this postmodernist fucking neo-communist claptrap because they don't talk about anything if the people that perpetuated any of the crimes happen to have a bit of a tan. Look at the shit the Japanese pulled in the 1930s. The rape of Nanking. Look at the Armenian genocide. Look at the shit the Ottoman Empire was getting up to in the 20th century. In the 20th century. Because they've got a bit of a tan, fuck it. Let's talk about what the Brits did in 1735 when everybody on the fucking planet was trying to take plunder and people and territory. Because everybody was doing it. It was the age of empires. It wasn't called the age of croquet, the age of knitting, the age of fucking crafts, right? They're crazy, these dopey, ignorant, historically illiterate fuckwits. They don't know anything. They don't know anything about antiquity. They don't know anything about fucking hell, recent history. They don't know anything before about 1940. Because they're fucking postmodernists. They don't know anything. It's lunacy. Like they think the British, when the Boston Tea Party was going off, they think that the Spanish and the French and the Portuguese, they think they were all just sitting around fucking daisy chaining around the fucking campfire. It's absolute lunacy. Paul Port Allen, anybody in here could reel off 24 mountains of skulls that these freaks have built. But they don't want to hear it, do they? Fucking lunacy. Yes, human history is conquest. Every country's done it. China's done it. ASCII, Songhai, African countries have done it. It was the age of empires. It was the age of conquest. So who cares? Well, people who've never read a fucking history book care. Or if they have read a history book, it's from some ridiculous commie academic who's wrote it in the last 30 years and talks less sense than fucking Rain Man. These people are lunatics. Gavin Williamson's angered. That man doesn't have anger in him. He's too tepid and milquetoast to display the emotion of anger. I don't like any of them. Gavin Williamson, they are soft as shite. They have to be cajoled every inch of the way to say anything even remotely hostile towards a radical far-left ideology that the 90% doesn't support and never will. Barrister Dina Rose. I'm surprised that's not a triple-barreled name. Emphasised that the students were not representative of the college, but they have free speech and political debate. Oh, really? Oh, really? Weird. Weird how Oxford, Dina Rose at Oxford, supports the right to free speech and political debate. All of a sudden, yeah? When it comes to being a fucking commie and taking the piss out of the physical manifestation of our country, then they support free speech and political debate. But if you talk like I do, my milquetoast fucking opinions, because they're very slightly to the right of theirs, well, they don't support free speech and political debate then, do they? No. They support rolling you up in a fucking carpet, setting it on fire, and throwing you off a fucking cliff into the sea. That's what they think of free speech and political debate when you're not a communist. Right? And like I've said, it's so transparently obvious. It's not about colour, it's not about creed, it's not about religion. Because if you get any one of those groups, if you get a black conservative or a... I don't even like saying the I or the M word. Or someone whose parents are relatively recent migrants from Southeast Asia and follow one of their religions, but they're conservative, or an Indian conservative, or an LGBT conservative, then they couldn't give a flying fuck what they have to say. Then they're like, who's that loser? It's transparent. Transparent, isn't it? It's not about freedom of speech. It's not about political debate. It's about platforming only those that are radical commie bastards and deplatforming everybody else. They talk about wanting people's voices, not if they're not communists, they don't. They don't want a black conservative. They don't want an Indian conservative. They don't want a gay conservative. Those guys, well, they're all Nazi, fascist, racist, sexist, homophobe. Put them on the fire. That's what they think of those fucking people. So this thinly veiled, pathetic attempt to pretend it's about giving voices to people of colours. We don't use them shit American terms in the UK. American cultural imperialism. Why is it taking over England? Why the fuck are they having riots in Edinburgh when a black dude gets killed by a copper 3,000 miles away in a foreign country? I've talked about it 50 times. I'm not going to go on about it. But you can see it makes about as much sense as me nailing my testicles to this desk. None at all. It's transparent. But the powers that be don't want to talk about it. Channel 4 don't want to talk about it. Sky News don't want to talk about it. The fucking BBC most definitely don't want to talk about it. It's transparent. They don't care about minorities. They don't care about LGBTQ+I. They care about communism. And they'll whisper the honeyed words in your ear and say, oh, we care about the gay community as long as you're a communist. if you're a slightly right of centre gay man, to the gulag with you. So fuck him. What a load of shit. She added the photo would be safely stored. Cheers. Safely stored where? The bottom of the fucking well. That's where they safely store people that disagree with them as well. Or we'll safely store the people that disagree with us in the fucking salt mines. Yeah, cheers. Guido Fawkes said the motion was launched to make members feel welcome. Patriotism and colonialism are not really separable. So you can't even be patriotic. You're not allowed. You can be patriotic if you're from... Again, just listen to the lunacy of this. So you can be patriotic. Let me highlight that just to... So they say patriotism and colonialism are not really separable. Again, this is why it hurts my head. Like, I've always leaned left, and it hurts my head because I'm a man of logic. I'm an ENTP. Logic, logic, logic. I don't care about your fucking stupid emotions. I care about logic and reason and fact, right? They don't even do this. They don't even do this logically. Because some of the countries where they think it's acceptable to be patriotic, like let's say Portugal, because a lot of Portuguese people have a bit of a tan, right? So these fuckwit communists are happy for Portuguese people to wave a Portuguese flag. You're allowed to be patriotic if you're from Portugal. Because, and I hope I'm making my point clear, is anyone not aware that the Portuguese had a pretty big fucking empire and did a lot of dodgy shit, right? The Japanese, the Japanese who were bayoneting babies in the face in the 20th century, they're allowed to be patriotic. They're allowed to fly the flag. But patriotism and colonialism are not really separable. It doesn't make sense. It's purely based off ignorance. Because they're ignorant of the fact that Portugal had an empire, ignorant of the fact that Japan had an empire, they're allowed to be patriotic. But we aren't. There's no fucking sense to it. If they were just logical, I could go, oh yeah, fair point. If everyone in the world was held to this standard, if you ever had a colony, you're not allowed to be patriotic. I could allow them some leeway. We could debate the issue. But it fucking doesn't make sense. They're either staggeringly ignorant or totally dishonest. Fucking hell. Even Scotland, the SNP, the Scottish fly their fucking flag. They were the colonialists. They were, some of the worst colonies were run by the jocks. Listen to what David Starkey talks you through this. This is probably showing in why the SNP is such a bunch of clueless twats who couldn't run a piss up in a brewery. But the argument is ridiculous. Nearly any country that they deem acceptable to fly flags and be patriotic had fucking colonies. So shut your bastard yap, or say something logical, or reasonable, or sensible for once in your life. But stop embarrassing yourselves. Fuck the education secretary. He's soft as shit. I'm sick of them whinging. Community secretary told it, BBC Breakfast, it was student politics. I have a part of the Queen on my office wall and I'm proud to do so. Yeah, well, they don't. The BBC don't want to talk about that. Don't talk. Just keep that quiet. What a lot of shit. So, anyway, I don't want to go on too much longer about that. I've said all I need to say. They can't make a good argument. They can't make a good argument. Yeah, Andrew Cooper, the SNP are left. Everybody, the SNP are Marxists, basically. Neo-Marxists. The SNP are fucking Marxists. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. They love identity politics. Nicola Sturgeon would crack some scissoring on the fucking 9 o'clock news if she thought it would get her a vote. They're ridiculous. This argument is ridiculous. This story is ridiculous. And if you don't think it's ridiculous, fucking take your head for a shit. Because you're not making any sense. Fucking hell, 20 minutes ranting about that. Where does the time go when you're having fun? Should we do one more? Fuck it. The EU says their patience is wearing thin with the UK in talks to avoid a trade war. Well, you know what they say. You know what they say. Your mouth's writing checks, your body can't cash. Lads, your mouth's writing checks, your body can't cash. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? Them saying, we're losing patience, it's wearing thin, to us, is like me walking out the house and a fucking 2'4", what's the politically correct term for a very, very short person? I don't even know. A very, 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 very short person with osteoporosis. Mr. Glass, the midget version. Remember Mr. Glass from fucking Unbreakable? Yeah? Goes to cut his toenails, snaps his fucking index finger. Toenails, fingernails. Mr. Glass, midget Mr. Glass, waiting for me outside my front door. And when I walk out there, he's like, Matty, my patience is wearing thin with you. I couldn't give a fuck, son. I could flick you with my bell end and break your jaw in 6 places. What are you talking about? What makes you think you can threaten me? What? Your patience is wearing thin. Like this is a fucking Bond movie. And the EU is a bald fella with a cat. My patience is wearing thin, Mr. Bond. No, this is Mr. Bond is an able-bodied young former Special Forces soldier and he's facing off against 29 mentally ill half-wits. A giant colossal behemoth like the EU cannot compete with Brexit Britain. They just can't. We're small, we're nimble, we can undercut them. We can pass legislation, boom, in the blink of an eye. It's done. Our own parliament, fuck everybody else. What can they do about it? The patience is wearing thin. Let's just read it. Let's read it again out of morbid curiosity. Let's read it. There's the albino jellyfish in a Lumi vest. The EU says its patience is wearing very thin. Ooh, scary. What they're going to do, send a foreign legion? They're the only decent regiment in France and half of them are from fucking Britain and Australia. If they defect, that's France fucked. Probably take them from the inside. Top EU official Marcos Sefcovic said the UK must start checking goods entering Northern Ireland, as agreed in the 2019 divorce settlement. The UK says it is ready to ignore the rules to prevent further disruption, as well we should. Everybody knows this was a trap, it was a con. It's a trap! They did that because they knew that it was cause massive shit in the long run. They don't have the teeth to back it up. If we don't want to impose a fucking border and the Irish don't want to impose a border, don't put a fucking border in. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Send a load of German soldiers in tin helmets to fucking man the border in Northern Ireland? Oh yeah, that's going to go down well, isn't it? Oh what? There's going to be a bit of smuggling. Who gives a fuck? We decide. They've always turned this into a bigger issue than it is. What are you talking about? A bit of smuggling, a bit of duty, a few tariffs? What's going to happen if we don't install the border? What's going to happen if we fucking ignore it and just put it in on the mainland? What? The fucking world going to end? Are a load of fucking maniacal, evil leprechauns like on that film suddenly start stabbing people? Nothing's going to happen. So fuck them. We won't put a border in. The Irish won't put a border in. Who fucking cares? It's always been a nothing burger, to use the Americanism. They knew they could use Ulster as a stick dictators. Of course they did. We just have to tell the necky bastards to suck our collective stumps. Right? Fuck them. Fuck them. Boris Johnson said a solution that protects trade and the priest. Again, protect trade flows. Why do we have to protect these shitty... It's a tiny amount anyway in fucking Northern Ireland. In and out of Northern Ireland. Deal with it as it comes. Immigration, we can fix it there and then. It's going to be people cross the borders dodgy. Well, we'll deport them when it happens. Jobs are good. It says the Prime Minister's in Cornwall, where we'll host the leaders of the world's richest nations, including US President Joe Biden. What? Is fucking 20 trillion in debt rich now, is it? That's what always makes me laugh. We all give foreign aid to everyone. Britain. America. Foreign aid, foreign aid, foreign aid. We're in fucking debt. How are you rich if you're in debt? If I'm walking down the fucking street and a homeless man says, lend us a fiver, mate, and I've got £2 in my pocket, but I've got 50 grand overdrawn on my credit card, he's richer than me. Because he's starting on zero. He's got a fucking cap with a few pennies in it and a bastard whippet. And half a can of special brew. He's got more money than me, the fucker. Why am I giving him cash? Rotten Politics, hello mate, how are you doing? Nice to see you in da house. God, why did I say that? Da house. I hate the way young people talk. It was supposed to be ironic. So, yeah, it's bollocks. Bollocks. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to be pushed around. We don't have to implement diddly squat. Mr. Johnson said everyone needed to be absolutely clear that the purpose of the protocol was to uphold the Good Friday Agreement. Yes, fuck trade. We want to keep things square in Northern Ireland. If the EU don't like it, let them man the fucking border. You send a few tanks over, lads. See how that goes fucking down. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see the Northern Irish, the UDF and Sinn Féin throwing Molotovs at fucking German tanks. Quality. Bring it on. You lads want to walk into a shitstorm, upset the apple cart. You fucking crack on, lads. But we're doing nothing ourselves. Mr. Šefčovič, a vice president, and the UK Brexit Minister Lord Frost broke up without agreement. Yeah, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. He said, our patience is wearing very, very, or now it's very, fucking nearly adds a very every time I read it. Now it's very, very thin. And therefore we have to assess all options we have at our disposal. Here's an option. Fuck off back to Brussels, wind your neck in, and stop talking shit. We know you're toothless, you know you're toothless. You're not going to implement it. If we don't, you won't. You're not going to send troops to man the fucking border, so let's turn a blind eye, can we? And I wish our leaders weren't such thick twats. Why don't you just tell them, yeah, we'll do that, and then fucking not do it? What they're going to do? What they're going to do? Sherlock Holmes, oh yeah, he's one of ours as well. Who's going to find out? Let them have whispers and rumours. Deal with it after the fact. We can get our own immigration teams to square that fucking small number away. Just fuck them. Fuck them. There's a nice, concise, logical explanation to deal with this problem. 2 words. Fuck them. Easy, right? Look at that. Fucking hell. I fixed the problem in a day. In a day? In a minute. Lord Frost and Mr. Šefčovič, they couldn't get anywhere. Round and round and round they went. I fixed it in 10 seconds. Fuck them. Yeah? Easy. Winner. This is why I should have been in charge of Brexit negotiations. I'd walk in, zip, whoosh, slap my penis on the table. Angela, get your fucking hands on that. No? Oh, well, I'm off then. Although, she might call my bluff. Because if that little fat manhead went anywhere near my cock, it'd probably instantly fossilise. I'd take one look into her haggard fucking face and my penis would just go and turn into an innie. I'd be left instantly fucking sterile, even looking at the little fat pot-bellied dwarf. So maybe she's going to call my bluff. Who knows? Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. It's nearly past. I'm not going on late tonight because I've got shit to do. But there you go. Analysis by Chris Morris. Fuck off, Chris. Nobody cares. You're just another lefty twat at the BBC. You're about as impartial as a clingy mother at a baby beauty contest. So nobody gives a fuck what you have to say. Right? Right. Ladies and gents, I am off. Please like and share the video and do your due diligence with my last pre-recorded gig about Meghan Markle. I'll tell you what, everybody loves that shit. If I was a boring bastard, I could just do a video about Meghan Markle 3 days a week and I'd be fucking up there. It seems to just suck people in. I guess because women have got that biological urge to just talk shit about other women. I'll tell you, I've never had more fan mail on Twitter than when I'm taking the piss out of me again, Markle. It's a surefire ratings winner. If I was absolutely shameless, that's all I'd talk about. That fucking yo-yo knickered harlot and her shit for brains wooden skull prince. Holy fucking shit. Anyway, everybody, I am off. I've got shit to do. Thanks for all your support as usual. I will get the BBC Spews out on Sunday. And yeah, I'll see you all then. Alright? Good night.